Hello IELTS candidates. In today's video, we are going to teach you how to answer the follow-up section for the cue card. Describe an art or craft activity that you had at school. Now, there is no hard and fast rule about how to answer the follow-up section of the speaking test, but examiners prefer if the candidates provide more explanatory answers rather than random lists of things. So we are going to teach you that today, and I hope that you learn something new. Welcome to my IELTS stream. So the follow-up questions for the cue card, describe an art or craft activity that you had at school, might be something like these. Why is art important? Should schools focus on art these days or other subjects? Why? There can be a lot of why and how questions throughout your speaking part 3. How can we get people interested in art? Is it useful for people who are not professional artists? So the first question, why is art important? We can answer something like this. Art is essential. So now we are trying not to use the same words that the examiner has used, and instead we are using synonyms. Art is essential as it is a form of expression. It aids us in putting into words or images what is in our mind. So here we have answered the question, why is art essential according to us? Now we are going to add a bit more information to that to make it more explanatory. Art is what makes us reflect back on our thoughts and life in general. It can be a career, a hobby, or a form of therapy as well. Now this is not like a proper explanation of how art helps us in expressing ourselves, but again it's an addition to the information. It is again not a list of things. It is just like we are giving our opinion on what art is and why it is important. If you have been watching our channel since a while but haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe because it helps us grow. And if there is anything in particular that you need help with in the IELTS exam, let us know and we will be more than happy to help you. Should schools focus on art these days or other subjects? Schools should definitely focus on art. People think that it's not a useful subject as it might not help pupils earn a lot of money in their future. That is just misinformation. Artists earn good money and are happy with their work too. Other subjects are also important, but that does not mean that art should be left behind. So here we are giving our answer that yes, we think schools should focus on art, and then we are explaining why we think they should focus on art. We are talking about a misconception, and then we are saying that it is wrong and hence schools should focus on art. People think that it's not a useful subject as it might not help pupils earn a lot of money in their future. That is just misinformation. Misinformation is a good term to use here. Artists earn good money and are happy with their work too. Other subjects are also important, but that does not mean that art should be left behind. So we have explained why we think that schools should focus on art as well. Why? Now, like I said earlier, that the examiner might decide on just going ahead with a lot of whys and hows. So in that case, even if you feel that you have already given your reason and if you have already explained it, still you need to go in deeper. Now, as in our last question, the last thing we said was that other subjects are also important, but art should not be ignored, and the examiner has asked us why, so we should answer that particular question. Subjects like science or maths are important, but they are not the only things that a person might choose to do in life. A lot of people even choose those subjects as a career and then decide to change later on because they were not satisfied with their professions. Teaching art will not only provide another career option to students, but it can also be a way to be connected with their creativity. So we are going deeper into what we think about art being taught in schools, and that is exactly what the examiner wants us to do if they are asking us why and how questions. Go in deeper into reasoning. So the third part of the speaking test is to test your ability to speak on topics which are not familiar which are not related to regular life, rather than they are different topics and what you think about things and why you think this the way that you think. So the examiner wants to know more, you tell them more. That's it. So at this point in the speaking test, the examiner might decide to change the topic. As they have already asked you 3 questions about the cue card, they might decide to change the topic. They could say that, let's talk about international business. Do you think that international businesses are hurting small local businesses? Why, how, all the things related to that. Now, the examiner has authority to decide if they want to change the topic of the discussion or not, but this is just what we are trying to tell you could happen in the speaking test, and you should not assume that all the questions will be related to the cue card. Number 4, how can we get people interested in art? Now, one advice that I can give you is, whenever it is about the general public and spreading awareness about anything, you can always involve the government in your answer, as long as you're doing it properly. So the answer could be, the government can organize exhibitions, shows, meet and greets with artists in order to get parents of school children involved. We can have successful artists come and talk about their careers, so that this huge misunderstanding about artists being poor and helpless can be gotten rid of, and parents are encouraged to let their children choose art as a career. So here we have used a lot of topic-specific vocabulary, which is good for this particular question. We have used words like exhibitions, shows, meet and greets. Now, what are meet and greets? Meet and greets are events where there are good personalities, like in this case artists, who come and meet people and have a discussion with them about any particular topic, like their own work or their personal life or anything. It's just like a meeting session for their fans. In order to get parents of school children involved, we can have successful artists come and talk about their careers. So we are explaining what are meet and greets, so that this huge misunderstanding about artists being poor and helpless can be gotten rid of, and parents are encouraged to let their children choose art as a career. Is it useful for people who are not professional artists? Of course it is. Art is therapeutic. If you cannot create art, you can be a spectator and it will make you feel better. It can be through entertainment, through the movies we watch, the music we listen to. Everything is art. It helps us take a break from the hustle and bustle of our lives and breathe. So here we have described how art is important, even if you are not an artist. And we have used words like therapeutic, entertainment, movies, music, and it helps us take a break from hustle and bustle. So that's an idiom. Hustle and bustle means the noise and the busyness of anything. So in this case, we have used hustle and bustle of our lives, and it helps us breathe. So that's it for today. I hope that you learned something new today. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel. It helps us grow. And if there is anything in particular that you want us to make a video on, let us know and we will be more than happy to help you. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more videos from our channel. Have a good day. Thank you.